92-73, Jacksonville defeats Florida Memorial here at Swisher Gymnasium tonight. Scott Manzi, Artis Gilmore now welcoming in head coach Tony Jasick. And coach, your team came out from the get-go, had to kind of struggle through a bit of a defensive type of game. At halftime, we're able to build a double-digit lead, and then went on a couple of different runs in that second half to build a big lead, weathered a bit of a storm, and was able to build eventually the final lead that kind of put the game away. But this team seems to come out of locker rooms and huddles a lot with a whole new focus. So do you have any reason to attribute to that besides the fact that you're a great coach?
That's clearly not the case. No, I don't know. I think in the first half, we got a little bit over pass happy, for a lack of better terms. We're really trying to work on moving the ball, not allowing the ball to get stuck, because I do think when our offense gets stagnant at times, it's because we hold the ball and we catch it and dribble it. And when you preach and work on that, you can get some scenarios where guys aren't staying aggressive with the basketball. And I felt like in the first half, especially early, we were really trying to play offense to please coach. And we weren't playing offense to score the ball. And so, fortunately for us, that second group that kind of played the last 6 or 7 minutes of the first half came in, and they were more aggressive while still getting that ball moving, and gave us a nice lift going into the locker room.
Coach, you've lost a couple of key players to injuries. Now, you feel like you're starting to make some adjustments, the additional players coming off the bench now?
Well, and I think obviously we've had to change kind of who we play on the fly with Antoine going down, and that's going to change some roles for some guys. Obviously, Josh Adeyeye is going to see a different role. Omar El Monasterly is going to see a different role, and I thought tonight they both came in and gave us a lift because we're going to need them to. We're going to need contributions from a lot of guys who maybe head into the year or even through the first 4 or 5 games weren't playing the roles that they currently are. And fortunately for us, I do think we have some guys that can come in and help us. I think Josh Adeyeye, I think Omar has done a nice job and continues to grow as a basketball player. And it's unfortunate. You feel for Antoine, you feel for Cody and those guys who are out. But at the end of the day, our team's got to keep moving forward. Guys got to step up and embrace the roles that they're in.
12-6 for Omar El Monasterly in his first career start. Josh Adeyeye 10-2 off the bench for Jacksonville. Also added a block and a steal. One thing I noticed and made a comment to Artis during the game is how this team looks different due to the presence of a point guard, or at least that's my observation this year. When Darian Fernandez and Cartry Pettis are out there running the point, the ball zips a little bit, able to drive and find open shooters better. It just looks night and day from last year where you were having to run with Corey Babineau, as talented as players he is, not a natural point guard. So it just looks like the offense is very different this year, at least to my eyes. Is that how you all see it as well?
Yeah, I do, and I think part of that is we're doing a little bit better job defensively thus far, so we're not having to take the ball out of the net the entire game like we did last year. I think we're playing with a little bit better pace. I think that's an advantage of our team, especially when you have the number of guys that we think we have that can make shots out on the perimeter, and a guy like Darian, a guy like Cartry, and Corey. Like you said, as talented he is, he still will play some point for us, especially in some transition situation. I just think the ball's happier. We're finding guys better. We've got a few more guys that can make shots on the floor than maybe we did in the past. And the biggest key, though, is getting stops. Because if you get stops, it just helps you so much offensively because the defense doesn't get set every single possession.
Well, you're playing against a really pesky Florida Memorial. What do you think you have to do to continue to watch the guys develop against teams like this?
Well, I think this game is hard. I mean, they shot 43s, and I mean that's an unbelievable number.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, and so you give them a little bit of credit. They came in and said, look, we're going to try to beat these guys by making a bunch of threes. Give our guys some credit for most of the game. We did a pretty good job. Late, we got a little bit loose, and they made a couple. But I just think when you play games like this, just like you play every game, we're trying to stretch the amount of time that we play good basketball. I think when you look at the game tonight, we did not play 40 good minutes of basketball, and we're trying to continue to grow that from 25 to 30 to 32 to 35, and then hopefully we can get it to where we're playing good basketball regardless of who we're playing for 40 minutes. And I think if we can get our team to that point, we'll have a chance to be a nice team.
92-73, Jacksonville victorious over Florida Memorial here tonight at Swisher Gymnasium. Congratulations, Coach, and best of luck on Saturday against Jacksonville State.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
it.